Good morning. Hope you guys have had a wonderful holiday weekend. Um, Making sure that I am live. It's never a given. Something we have to check. I see myself. That's a good sign. Okay. All right. So today I want to talk to you guys about pricing. So, pricing secrets for long-term prosperity and recurring income. And the reason this is really important is because that's the sustainability of your business. In some ways, recurring income and charging appropriately in your work is going to define long term whether or not you are successful and your business grows um, in a way that feels good and allows you to essentially like expand, both in terms of the amount of freedom you're going to get, also in terms of the amount of transformation you're going to provide your clients. So today I'm going to give you a bunch of different ways to look at your pricing so that you can make empowered decisions that are right and fair for you as a practitioner and also for your clients and for your business. When I look at pricing, oftentimes there's 3 to 4 important things, people included in that. The first one is you. It's got to make sense to you. The second one is your client. It's got to make sense to your client, and it's got to help them stay committed to the process and do the work. The third is your business. Your pricing has to honor your business and the long-term life and sustainability of your business. Essentially, your pricing has to make sure that your business can grow, that over time you'll be able to bring in support system, that over time you'll be able to maybe put some money into ads and coaching and growth. And the fourth one, oftentimes, is in pricing, your pricing needs to honor your gifts. And that I compare to your divine gifts. So there's you, there's your client, there's your business, and then there is your destiny, there is your purpose, there is your passion, there is the gifts that you've been given by God, by Spirit. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Elsa Camtiader. I am the founder of the Sovereign Entrepreneur Academy, where we essentially marry strategy and energetic work to help conscious entrepreneurs, change makers, transformational leaders to fill their program with is to get booked out without burnout and to essentially grow and expand themselves and their business from a place of absolute alignment, and to make sure that it's easeful and that is in integrity and authenticity with them so that they're not having to do things like big draining launches or spending their days away on social media, essentially anything that's not going to honor them and that's going to drain their soul. So I'm really glad you're here. If at any point you're seeing this live or on the replay, say hi. Let me know where you're watching this from. Beautiful day here in Boulder, Colorado. And then at the end of this training, I'm going to put out an invitation to you to join the Sovereign Entrepreneur Academy in the next couple of weeks at the price of 2021 before the rate goes up. And essentially, this is for you if you want an intimate program where you're going to be able to make quantum leaps and make sure that 2022 is your breakthrough year. And have all the organic step-by-step strategies you need, as well as the energetic work to essentially step up into that next level expansion for yourself. All right, so let me get started with this. First, I want to share with you that pricing has been, in my own business and in my own practice, the bane of my existence. So everything I'm going to share with you has been something that I have taken in slowly over time, and that I have grown into. I come from a therapeutic background. I come from a social work background. I come from a healer's heart. What that means for me is I want everyone who wants support to be able to afford it. And what I have found, and so it's been a real struggle for me to really make sure that I'm charging enough that it makes sense for me and I'm not growing resentful, I'm not getting burned out, but also charging a rate that's affordable enough that people can use it, but also high enough that actually people are going to see the value and they're going to show up and they're going to honor it and they're going to do the work. And what I have found is that it doesn't matter how low your prices are. It doesn't matter how affordable it is. There's always going to be someone who says it's too expensive. I mean, you could be offering an hour one-on-one with you to do your work for $20 or $30, and you would find someone who says they can't afford it. And most of the time, not all of the time, there's some people who truly struggle, but most of the time, people who tell you they cannot afford your work are people who are essentially saying they'd rather spend their money elsewhere. And there also tend to be people who are not willing to go the extra mile to figure out how to work with you and how to afford your work. And I will tell you from personal experience, you do not want to work with these people because they will not value the work. They will not actually do it. So not only will you work for a lot less than you really should be working for, but you'll put a ton of energy into these kinds of people trying to help them have the result and the success they want to have, and they will not do the work, which is why finding that balance in pricing is so, so freaking important. All right, so I'm going to start this training by essentially sharing with you what my own coach, I have two coaches. This is one of them. Her name is Lenka Lutenska. For those of you who are into energetic selling, you might have heard of her. She does a lot of the energetic work. And she likes to say that money is an exchange of energy, that when our rates are higher, everyone is invited to essentially expand and raise their energy. So when you raise your rates, your clients literally have to expand their energy. They have to raise their energy. They have to show up at a different vibration, and so do you. So when your rate increases, your client's commitment increases, your client's vibration increases, your client's desire to get the results increases, and then your client's trust increases. On the other hand, when you raise your rate, your commitment to helping your client get the results increases. Your own vibration and your ability to really download and show up powerfully increases. Your desire to serve, the value of your services, and the support you provide tends to increase as well. So from her perspective, because it is an exchange of energy, when rates are higher, everyone benefits. Everyone gets more out of the work. You as a practitioner and your client as your client. She says when you're looking and you're considering your pricing, there's two things to look at. One, your price has to be high enough that you feel generously rewarded and compensated for your time, energy, and expertise. So that's the word she used, generously. You don't just feel compensated, you feel generously compensated, because when you feel generously compensated, you're more willing to show up. You're more willing to go the extra mile. You feel expanded, and your ability, your willingness to show up for your clients is expanded as well. The second thing she says you want to consider when you're pricing is you want to price your offering high enough that it engages your client, that it engages their commitment, it engages their personal investment, it engages their desire and their commitment to do the work so they can get the results and to show up powerfully. So there's two questions when you're pricing yourself. This is Lenka's perspective. When you're pricing yourself, you want to ask yourself, do I feel like, you pick a price, and then the question you ask yourself is, do I feel generously rewarded and honored for the time, the energy, and the expertise that I'm going to put into this program or this client at this price. If it's not like a super excited yes, then you're underpricing it and your energy will be off. You will sabotage yourself. You'll sabotage your client's return on their investment. The second question you want to ask yourself is you pick a price and then you ask yourself, will my client take the work seriously at this price? Will they be committed to show up powerfully, to do the work so that they can get the results they want at this price? And if you're not sure, if it feels a little cheap, if you're like, you can ask yourself, this is something I've done for myself. If I was paying this price, would I feel committed to showing up and doing the work? I must have, I don't know, like 10, 20 courses that I have literally never started, or I watched the first module and didn't continue. And partially, it's not that they weren't good. Truth is, I didn't do enough of them to tell you if those programs were good. It's that they were too cheap. Because they were too cheap, I figured, oh, I'll get back to them when I have time. That never happened, and I wasn't committed to actually going through the process and doing the work. So those are the two things Lenka talks about, making sure you feel generously rewarded and making sure that your price is high enough that people are going to be committed to doing the work and to showing up. So now I'm going to give you my 6 secrets for pricing for long-term prosperity, like how to price yourself so that you're honoring your time, you're honoring your gift, you're honoring your life, you're honoring the long-term life cycle of your business, you're honoring your client, but you're also creating recurring income and you're setting yourself up for sustainable and long-term growth and expansion. So secret number 1, you want to make sure that you price your program or your offer on the lifetime value of the transformation you provide. Your pricing should have nothing to do with your worth, with your confidence. I have this conversation regularly when I'll talk to a client and we're figuring out pricing, and they'll say something like, but Ilsa, who's going to pay me that? I'm just a nowhere girl from Iowa, or I don't have the certification, or I don't have a doctorate, or I don't have that. Truth is, none of that shit matters. Like who you are, where are you from, what certifications you have, how old you are, how confident, how attractive, how much you weigh. Like none of that stuff matters. What matters is, will people get results? And what is the value of the transformation across their whole lives? So oftentimes we look at a program, and this is the difference between people who are really successful and those of us who like are always looking for the next client, and we're always have a little bit of a noose around our neck because it's never quite enough money coming in. The people who are extremely successful, it doesn't matter if their program is one-on-one or is a group, if it's a year long, if it's 6 or 7 weeks, what they look at is, how am I transforming somebody's life? And how am I transforming somebody's life? Yes, in that 6 weeks, in that 3 months, in that 6 months, but mainly over their whole lives. So for example, I'll give you a personal example. My program teaches an actual step-by-step process to not only expand your energy and step into your sovereignty, but also a step-by-step process to organically fill your programs with ease. So the way that I would look at that in terms of pricing is, I'm teaching people for the rest of their lives. Especially what I'm teaching is not the new gimmick. It's not the new thing. It's literally something that will always work in any economy, at any point. What is the lifetime value of that? They will be able to take what I have taught them and use it over and over and over for years to come. Every time they have a new offer, every time they have space in their schedule, they can use my process that I taught them to show up powerfully and to fill their programs with ease, without overwhelm, without doing anything they don't want to. With the secret number 1 is price in terms of the full value. What I'm offering is priceless. I'm not saying like charge an outrageous amount. I don't. My prices are quite affordable. But I think it's important for us as individuals, as practitioners, to realize the value of our work so that we can feel comfortable putting a price or a rate that is really fair and that is going to allow us to grow sustainably. So you want to look with pricing secret number one is you want to look at how your service will transform their whole lives. How is it going to transform their health, their family, their relationships, their finances, their well-being, their business, if you help people with business, their abundance over time throughout their whole lives. And you want to price based on that. So that's number one. Number two, and we've talked about this already, you want to price to attract highly committed clients who are going to show up and do the work. You want them to be receptive to the process. You want them to essentially trust you. You want them to take responsibility for their results and to do the work. If you price too low, people will not be committed as they need to be, and they won't get the same results. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that because we've talked about it. Pricing number three. You want to price at a level that takes into consideration everything else you do or invest yourself in to essentially have a business or grow your business. So when we think of business, it's not just about the time we spend with our client. You know, the lawyer who charges $600, $1,000 an hour, they charge that, yes, based on their expertise, based on what they're going to be able to achieve or the results, potential results their clients are going to have. But they're also charging that based on the fact that they have to have a really nice office. They're charging that based on the fact that they're putting an ad in the yellow pages or on the side of a bus or whatever it may be. Their pricing structure includes the whole business. It includes everything they do to bring clients in. And we have to do the same. We have to think of the time, the energy, the money that essentially we spend in networking, in doing free initial sessions with clients, in buying and investing in your own coaching, having your own healers, your own coaches, your own mentors, your own certification, your CEUs, trainings, marketing, the time to do content creation. This right here that I'm sharing is part of my work. You know, like no one's paying me for this, but it has to be included. You know, the time I spent to put the training together, the time I'm spending delivering, all of that you want to include in the cost you give to clients. Your VA, if you have a team, creating freebies, low-cost events or free events that you do to serve people. All of that is part of your business and needs to be taken into consideration. Running a business is a lot more than just delivering your service. It takes a lot more time, a lot more money, a lot more commitment beyond that. So price yourself in a way that honors all of your time, all of your energy, everything you do to be able to essentially have a sustainable business and give the best results possible for people. If you don't, you will get burned out. If you don't, you will grow resentful and your business will not be sustainable. So that's number three. Number four, you want to price yourself at a level that affords you a good life. And that's going to be different for everyone, right? You want to make sure that your prices includes a comfortable life without burning out. So based on where you live, based on how many children you have, like that's going to shift and that's going to change. But it is essentially your responsibility to price yourself in such a way that your lifestyle is going to be sustainable, or you will give up on your business. You will not be able to sustain it and do it long term. You'll have to go get a job or you'll have to do it part-time. So in some ways, your business requires that you price yourself in a way that honors not only everything you do in your business, but also you as a human, your lifestyle, your family, the location where you live. So that's pricing secret number four. Pricing secret number five is forget the competition. Your price has nothing to do with what other people are doing. Your prices are essentially a sacred covenant, a sacred exchange between you your client and your God-given gifts and your abilities, not your competition. Your competition has no place in there. Absolutely, Marilla. Absolutely. We have to price in such a way that we are honoring our own lives and creating a sustainable lifestyle for ourselves. A lot of people price themselves by looking at what other people are doing and what other people are pricing themselves at. Truth is, you can't do that. One, that other person might have a totally different financial circumstance as you. They might live in a completely different area. You do not know. They might have a huge audience. You know, I used to look at that. I used to look at what I was creating when I would create spiritual programs or meditation programs, and I would look at something like the Shift Network or some of these super famous people that are charging like 197 or $97, 297. There was no way for me to sustainably live on that. So I stopped looking at what other people were doing, and I decided that I was going to focus on me and focus on all the value, all the one-on-one support that I'm offering that these programs do not offer, the intimacy of what I'm offering that these programs do not offer. All of that has value. So forget the competition. This is about you, your sovereignty. This is about your God-given gifts. And this is about your client. And it is about no one else but those three things. No one else and nothing else matters. And then pricing secret number 6, and this is about the recurring income. You want to price and organize your work so that people are committed to the process long term. And I'm going to tell you what that means. So I see a lot of people out there who are creating programs or offers that are like 6 weeks, 8 weeks, maybe 3 months. The truth is, that's a little, for me, that's a little short for somebody to have a real transformation. And then on top of that, to anchor in the transformation, to essentially get the support, because it's not just about having an insight or having a transformation. It's about literally anchoring that new habit, that new way of being, that new way of seeing things long term. So if you're working with people on health and losing weight, can you have a major shift in 8 weeks or 3 months? Absolutely. You can share everything you know with them about healthy living and losing weight and all of that. But they really won't have time to create and anchor in and maintain the change within their lives. So that's the first aspect of creating long-term programs. I usually recommend a minimum of 4 or 5 months. 6 months is probably a great time. And then if you can do 9 months, then that's amazing. One, because your clients will have ongoing support to make sure that they can change and transform and anchor in the change in their lives. The second thing is, the second reason why this is important and good is for you. When you know that you're working with someone for 6 months, 7 months, 5 months, 9 months, what that means is you don't have to worry about like finding someone to take their spot very quickly. You don't have to worry about whether or not they're going to renew or not. You essentially, when you're working with someone long term, all that pressure of having to continuously bring new clients disappears. When you don't have that pressure, that allows you to relax, that allows you to be creative, that allows you to go deep with your clients and to not worry about right away having to look for more clients. That's one aspect of it. Releasing pressure. There is nothing that gets in the way of abundance like pressure, like feeling like you've got a noose around your neck and you're on a timeline. The other is it allows your client to essentially pay over time and maybe to be able to afford it in a way that they might not have been able to afford it otherwise. And what that can look like recurring, ongoing recurring income for you. So You know that, for example, if you've got 10 clients that you work with and you work with them over 9 months and they pay you, I'm making shit up here, they pay you $300 a month. What that means is that you know that you can count on $3,000 coming in every month. Everything else is bonus. Everything else is extra. And it's an amount that you can relax into and know that your bills are taken care of. Again, removing the pressure. You also know that that client's committed, so you don't have to worry about whether or not that money is going to be there next month. I work with a lot of healers, a lot of practitioners, and I'm including myself in that because I still have clients as a therapist, as a licensed therapist, who just pay me as they go. They pay me per session. Truth is, sometimes they come all the time. Sometimes they disappear, like when it's the holidays, they might disappear for a few weeks. Like, it doesn't create a whole lot of safety for me in terms of knowing how much money I'm going to bring in. Now, my coaching practice, people pay recurringly, either upfront and they get a discount, or they pay a certain amount every month and they get a certain amount of service and support every month. That allows me to know how much money is coming in from that and know that my bills are paid and that I can relax. So those are the 6 secrets. I'm going to go back through them real quick. First one, decide on a price that's based on the lifetime value of the transformation you provide. Don't charge per hour, per session, per whatever. This is charge based on, will your clients' lives be changed? Will their families' lives be changed? Will their finances be changed? Like, in what way will they be able to use what you're providing for them and essentially use it over and over and over in their lives to keep themselves transformed and expanded and to keep growing? Charge based on the lifetime value of what you offer. That's pricing secret number 1. Pricing secret number 2 is make sure that your price is high enough that you're going to get clients who are committed to showing up and doing the work, that they're not going to cancel out of nowhere, that they're not going to decide to miss because something else came up that's more fun or more important, that they're actually going to do the homework that you give them. Essentially, you want your client to have invested enough of themselves and enough of their finances that they're really committed to getting the results and doing the work and showing up. That's pricing secret number 2. Pricing secret number 3 is make sure you price at a level and that takes into consideration everything you do in your business and everything you invest in. Running a business is not just about the 1 hour or the 4 hours or the whatever you spend with your client. A business is about the time and energy and money you spent networking, doing free initial sessions, doing your marketing, doing trainings, getting your CEUs, getting your own coaching, your own healers to maintain your energy, your team, your VAs, like all of those things have to be accounted for in your pricing because they're necessary essentially to the growth of your business. So that's secret number 3. Pricing secret number 4 is make sure you price yourself at a level that affords you a good life and a comfortable life without burning out. And that number is going to be a little different for everyone because everybody's got a different circumstance. But you have to look at your life, you have to look at your bills, you have to look at where you live, how many kids you have, and make sure that you price yourself in a way that's sustainable for you. Or you will get burned out, you will get resentful, you will have to quit and get a job. And when those 3 things happen, everyone loses. So you want to make sure that your pricing structure essentially creates sustainability long term. You want to forget the competition and understand that your pricing is a sacred covenant, is a sacred exchange between you, your client, and your gifts, your God-given gifts, and your competition has no part to play in that. And number 6, you want to price and organize your work in a way that you create low pressure for yourself. That means you're working with people long term. They're going to get more value, more support, and essentially be able to really anchor in the transformation in their lives. And you are going to know that that spot in your schedule is filled for 6 months, for 9 months, for a year, and that you're getting recurring income every month that you can depend on, so that you don't have to feel stressed. Stress, pressure is the opposite of abundance. It will literally block the flow of creativity. It will block the flow of money into your life. And then the last thing I will say, this is I spoke earlier at the beginning, is you want to price yourself in a way that you feel generously rewarded for your time, your energy, your gifts, your expertise. You want to make sure that when a client comes to you and needs extra support, you're happy to give it because you feel really good about what they paid you. You want to make sure that you're never going to feel stressed, pressured, strapped, resentful for the time and energy you give a client because you asked for a fair price upfront. And now I'm going to give you the 3 affirmations that I have to help you anchor in your mind, anchor in your subconscious, anchor in your cells, self-worth, abundance, value. Essentially, our job is not like our job as an energetic being, as a practitioner, as someone who is in the process of expanding, is to make sure that we're not watering any seeds within us that is rooted in scarcity or lack, and to make sure that we're watering the seeds that are rooted in abundance and in value and in growth and expansion. So these are three mantras that I use myself here and there that I find useful. Number 1, I have everything I need to do amazing work and transform my clients' lives. I am worth every penny. I have everything I need to do amazing work and transform my clients' lives. I am worth every penny. Mantra number 2, people who need and want my support and will pay well for it are all around me. People who need and want my support and will pay well for it are all around me. Attracting clients who want and can afford my services is simple and effortless. People who need and want my support and will pay well for it are all around me. Attracting clients who want and can afford my services is simple and effortless. That's number 2. Number 3 is making money is good for everyone. The more money I make, the more impact I can have. Making great money is easy for me. Making money is good for everyone. The more money I make, the more impact I can have. Making great money is easy for me. So those are the 3 mantras that I use to kind of elevate myself, put myself in a place of abundance, help me put myself in the right place when I'm pricing an offer, and essentially make sure that I'm pricing in a way that's going to honor me, that's going to honor my clients and their commitments and their ability to get result. And that's also going to honor my gifts, my time, my energy, my expertise. All right, that's what I have for you today. As I stated at the beginning of this live, I'm going to make an offer to you, an invitation, if you're ready to make 2022 your breakthrough year, to create a lot more abundance and impact in your life and in your business with a lot more ease, a lot more flow from a place of alignment, then I would love to invite you to join the Sovereign Entrepreneur Academy. SEA, the Sovereign Entrepreneur Academy, is an intimate incubator. I'm keeping the group size small so that we all know each other, so that we can support each other, so that I have a lot of one-on-one interactions with each person in there and can support everyone intimately. In SEA, we marry step-by-step organic strategy with energetic work and the focus, the power of the conscious community to essentially help the practitioners make quantum leaps in their business and fill their programs and offers with a lot more ease. Morella says, the third one, I got stuck. Well, there might be something in there for you. Which one was the third one? Making money is good for everyone. The more money I make, the more impact I have. Making great money is easy for me. Yep, that might be the ease aspect can actually get in our own way. Sometimes there's something in us that says making money is hard. So that's part of the rewiring. When you use these mantras, it's not just about repeating these things, but it's actually feeling into what would that be? Yeah, making money is easy for me. What would that be like if that were true? Making money is easy for me. Money flows easily to me. Like, how would I feel on the inside if that was true? Like, when you have a reaction like that to a mantra, you know that that belief, which the opposite is money is hard, money doesn't come to me easily, that belief is included in your pricing. It actually is interjected, the energy of that is interjected in everything you do. So back to the Sovereign Entrepreneur Academy. I'm opening just a couple places. The price will go up in 2022. And I would love to have you. If you want to create more impact in the world and have a lot more abundance with ease, with joy, with absolute energetic alignment to who you are, and you want to do that in an intimate group, you don't want to do that in a group where there's 100 people in there, then this is the program for you. We've got 10 people in here, and we're probably opening up a couple more, 3 more. So we're going to be a small, intimate group. And I would love to have you. If you know that energy has to be mixed with strategy, that you can't do just energetic work and expect to get client, and you can't do just strategy and expect to get client, then this is the program for you, because we really marry both. And I believe that energy and strategy are the 2 wings of a bird. You need both to take off. You need both to soar. You need both to go the long haul. And in this program, you get a ton of access to me. You get step-by-step organic strategies and trainings, live trainings with me. You get a lot of time for Q&A and to make sure that you're not confused. And we also have retreats and masterminds. So I've included everything in this program you essentially need to get to 6-figure without anything else. That is what I have for you. You can look in the comments. The link will be in there. You can check it out, or you can feel free to DM me and we can hop on a quick call and see whether or not this is a right fit for you. All right, guys. Thank you, Morella, for being here with me. And I will see you in a couple days, probably either tomorrow or Wednesday, to do episode 7. And then next week I'll do episode 8, kind of like in the new year. My pleasure. Bye.